What if I told you that your biggest, most painful frustrations with your partner are not actually about her at all? What if the disrespect you feel, the drama that seems to follow you, the frustrating distance she sometimes creates, what if all of it is simply a reflection? Not a reflection of her true character, but a direct, unfiltered reflection of a weakness that lies hidden inside of you. This is one of the most difficult and powerful truths a man can ever accept. It is the secret of the Stoic mirror. The ancient Stoics taught that our primary work is always internal. They understood that the world we experience is often a projection of our own inner state. And nowhere is this mirror more clear, more honest, and more brutal than in our intimate relationships. A woman's nervous system is a finely tuned instrument, subconsciously detecting a man's internal state, his congruence, his purpose, his inner peace, and reflecting it back at him through her behavior. Most men will spend their entire lives blaming the mirror. They will complain about the reflection. They will get angry at the reflection. They will try to change the reflection by arguing with it. The Stoic, the man of wisdom, does something radically different. He understands that to change the reflection, you must change the man who is casting it. Today, we are going to teach you how to read this mirror. We are going to decode 3 of the most common and painful reflections that men see and reveal the hidden weakness within you that is creating them. And I promise you, if you stick with me through this, you will not only understand your relationships better, you will be given the key to transforming them at the source. We will start with the most common reflection men see, the reflection of disrespect. But stay, because later we will uncover the most subtle and dangerous reflection of all, the reflection of your own hidden fear. Let's begin with the first image in the mirror, one that drives so many men into a state of quiet frustration. The reflection of disrespect. You know this feeling. It's when she questions your decisions in front of others. It's the sarcastic tone when you talk about your ambitions. It's when you set a clear boundary and she walks right over it as if it were never there. It feels emasculating. It makes you feel small, unheard, and powerless in your own relationship. The untrained man's reaction is predictable. He either gets angry and escalates, trying to demand respect through force, or he shrinks, becoming passive and resentful, hoping his silent suffering will one day be recognized. Both paths lead to ruin. But the Stoic asks a different question. He looks into the mirror of her disrespect and asks, "What in me is creating this reflection?" The Stoic mirror truth is this. Her disrespect is almost always a reflection of your own incongruence. Incongruence is a gap between the man you say you are and the man your actions prove you to be. It is a lack of integrity, not with her, but with yourself. You say you're going to start a new health regimen, but you stay on the couch. You say you're going to finally work on your business idea, but you spend your nights in distraction. You tell her a certain behavior is unacceptable, but when she does it, you let it slide because you are afraid of the conflict. Your words draw the blueprint of a king, but your actions paint the picture of a jester. The mirror is simply showing you the painting, not the blueprint. She doesn't respect you because her subconscious mind has detected that you do not respect your own word. She crosses your boundaries because you've shown her, through your inaction, that your boundaries are meaningless suggestions, not electrified fences. A woman cannot respect a man who is not the king of his own word. To do so would violate her own deepest instincts for security. The disrespect you see in her is merely the reflection of the disrespect you have been showing yourself every single day. This realization is a difficult pill to swallow, but it is also the beginning of your true power. Understanding that you are the source is the first step to changing the reflection. And if this first truth, this connection between your integrity and her respect, is already providing you a profound aha moment, then you are in the right place. This is a level of depth we pursue in our community. Take a moment right now to subscribe to the channel and join a brotherhood of men who are choosing to stop blaming the mirror and start becoming the man they want to see reflected in it. Make that commitment to your own integrity now, and let's decode the next reflection. Now we turn to the second, more chaotic image in the mirror, the reflection of drama. This is the man who feels his relationship is a never-ending soap opera. There are constant, emotionally charged arguments over trivial things. There are manufactured crises that demand his immediate attention. His life lacks the calm, peaceful order he craves, and his relationship, which should be a source of peace, often feels like the epicenter of the chaos. He blames her for being too emotional or crazy, not understanding the role he is playing. When a man looks into a mirror and sees constant, unnecessary drama, the Stoic mirror truth is that he is often seeing a reflection of his own lack of purpose. A man's mission, his telos, is the organizing principle of his life. It is his connection to something larger than himself and his relationship. It is a solid, masculine container that provides structure, direction, and a sense of safety. When a man lacks this powerful, driving purpose, a vacuum is created. The relationship itself then expands to fill that void. The relationship becomes the mission. When the relationship is the only source of excitement and meaning in his life, and by extension hers, the emotional stakes become terrifyingly high. With no grander adventure to embark on, the couple unconsciously creates adventures within the relationship. These adventures are called drama. A woman's emotional energy, if not given a strong, purposeful masculine container to relax into, will become turbulent and chaotic. The drama she creates is often a subconscious test. She is rattling the cage, checking for bars. She is creating a storm to see if the ship has a captain and a destination. If you have no compelling mission, you are a ship with no destination, and she is a passenger on a voyage to nowhere. Do not be surprised when she starts causing trouble in the cabin out of sheer boredom and a deep, intuitive sense of insecurity. The drama you see in the mirror is a reflection of the emptiness on your own life's map. When you provide the direction, she will provide the peace. This link between a man's purpose and the level of drama in his relationship is a truth most men will never grasp. They will continue to blame the storm, never realizing they are the captain who failed to set a course. But the next reflection is even more insidious, because it mirrors a weakness a man often doesn't even know he has. We're going to expose the reflection of neediness and how it's created right after this. This brings us to the third and perhaps most painful reflection a man can see in the mirror, the reflection of neediness. You feel this when she starts to pull away. The texts become less frequent. She seems more distant. She tells you she needs space. Your immediate panic reaction is the very definition of neediness. It is a desperate urge to close the distance, to chase, to ask what's wrong, to get reassurance that you are still loved, that you are still enough. The more you chase, the faster she runs, and you are left in an agonizing cycle of pursuit and retreat. The man who looks in the mirror and sees his partner withdrawing is often seeing a direct reflection of his own internal emptiness. Neediness is a confession that you are not whole on your own. It is the act of making another person the source of your emotional well-being. You are looking to her to fill a void that only you can fill. Your happiness, your confidence, and your sense of being okay are all dependent on her presence and her approval. You have, in essence, become an emotional vampire, and her withdrawal is a natural defense mechanism against being drained. The mirror is showing you the truth. It is reflecting the lack of a rich, vibrant, and fulfilling inner life. It is showing you a man who has not yet learned to enjoy his own company, to validate himself, to be the source of his own happiness. A man who is whole does not need a relationship. He chooses one. A man who is empty needs one, and that need is the very thing that repels a healthy, sovereign woman. The distance you see in her is a reflection of the distance you have created from your own self. She is not running from you. She is running from a vacuum of your own internal emptiness that you are asking her to fill. We have now decoded the reflections of disrespect, drama, and neediness. We have seen how the mirror reflects your own incongruence, your lack of purpose, and your inner emptiness. In the continuation of this guide, we will flip the script entirely. We will explore the most powerful reflection of all, how the mirror changes when you begin to project unwavering Stoic strength. We will reveal the three reflections of a man who has mastered himself, and how this not only transforms your relationship, but your entire reality. The revelations in the second half are the key to not just fixing the problems, but to building the life and the reflection you truly desire. In the first part of this guide, we held up the mirror and faced the difficult truths it often reveals. We saw how a man's own incongruence is reflected back as disrespect, how his lack of purpose is reflected as drama, and how his own internal emptiness is reflected as her need for distance. To the untrained man, this is a devastating diagnosis. It can feel like a verdict on his character, leaving him lost and without hope. But the Stoic is not an untrained man. He is an alchemist, a warrior, and an architect. He knows that a diagnosis is not a death sentence. It is a map. It is a starting point for the great work. Now that we have read the painful reflections, we will flip the script entirely. We will now explore the most powerful and inspiring side of this phenomenon, how the mirror transforms when a man stops blaming it and begins a courageous work of forging himself. This transformation is not born from reciting affirmations or pretending to be someone you are not. It is born from action. It begins when a man makes a conscious and unwavering decision to take absolute ownership of his inner world. He commits to his mission as if his life depends on it, because it does. He defines his virtues and lives by them, especially when it is difficult. He does the daily, unglamorous work of building himself into a man of substance. And as he changes, the world cannot help but change its reflection of him. Let us now look into the mirror of a man who has undertaken this work. Let us explore the three profound reflections of Stoic strength. The first and most foundational is a reflection of respect. Where the man once saw his boundaries ignored and his ambitions mocked, he now sees something entirely different. He sees his partner treating his word as law. He notices that when he makes a decision, she trusts his judgment. When he sets a boundary, she not only honors it, but often begins to defend it herself. She speaks of his purpose with admiration to her friends. The disrespect that once plagued him has vanished, replaced by a deep and consistent current of genuine respect. What has changed? The Stoic mirror truth is that he is now seeing a reflection of his own integrity. He stopped being a man of empty words and became a man of congruent action. He now respects his own word, therefore she does too. When he commits to a workout, he is there. When he says he will finish a project, he finishes it. When he sets a boundary, he enforces it with calm consistency. He has closed the gap between the man he says he is and the man he proves himself to be every single day. The blueprint and the building have become one and the same. The respect he sees in her eyes is simply the mirror showing him the self-respect he has finally cultivated within himself. He didn't demand respect. He became a respectable man. He didn't win her respect in an argument. He earned it through the quiet dignity of his daily actions. She respects him because he has become a man who is, first and foremost, undeniably respectable. This newfound integrity leads to the second powerful transformation, the reflection of peace. Where the man once saw the chaotic reflection of constant drama, he now sees a reflection of tranquility. The relationship, once a source of stress and turmoil, becomes his harbor, his source of peace. The manufactured crises and emotional roller coasters have smoothed out, replaced by a sense of calm, collaborative partnership. The emotional energy between them feels stable, safe, and secure. He looks into the mirror and asks, "What has changed?" The Stoic mirror truth is that the peace he sees in his relationship is a direct reflection of the powerful, guiding purpose he has finally embraced in his own life. He is no longer a ship without a destination. He is the captain of his own voyage, and his mission is his North Star. Because his life now has this strong, central, organizing principle, the relationship no longer needs to serve as the sole source of his identity and excitement. He has built the strong, masculine container that was missing before. A woman's emotional energy, like water, takes the shape of the vessel it is in. When the vessel is a weak and aimless man, the water is turbulent and chaotic. When the vessel is a man of strong, unwavering purpose, the water becomes calm, deep, and still. The peace he sees reflected in her is the mirror showing him a profound sense of order he has finally created in his own soul. He is no longer looking to the relationship to be his adventure. He is on his own great adventure, and she has become his most trusted and peaceful ally on that journey. This brings us to the final and most profound transformation, the image in a mirror that all men secretly hope to see, the reflection of desire. Where the man once saw his neediness reflected back as her distance, he now sees an entirely new dynamic. The painful game of chase and retreat has ended. In its place, he feels a powerful, magnetic pull. He notices that she is now the one initiating connection. She seeks out his time and his presence. The attraction is no longer something he has to anxiously fight to maintain. It feels deep, stable, and freely given. He is no longer chasing the butterfly. The butterfly has chosen to land in his garden. He looks into the mirror of her desire and understands the ultimate Stoic mirror truth. What he is seeing is a reflection of his own internal wholeness. He has done the great work. He has faced his own inner emptiness and has filled that void not with her, but with his own purpose, his own principles, and his own cultivated self-respect. He is no longer an emotional vampire, seeking to draw his life force from her. He is the fire. He generates his own heat, his own light, his own validation. He interacts with her from a place of genuine abundance. He does not need her attention to feel good about himself. Therefore, the attention he gives her is a true gift, not a transaction with a hidden agenda. He does not need her presence to feel whole. Therefore, he can enjoy her presence more fully and without fear. The desire she reflects back at him is the world's natural response to a man who is a source of value, not a seeker of it. She draws closer to his warmth because he is the sun, not the shivering planet asking for a flame. Her desire is simply the mirror showing him the man of immense value he has finally chosen to become. So we conclude with this simple, unwavering law of reality. The relationship you experience is a feedback loop. You cannot change a reflection by shouting at the mirror, by begging the mirror, or by breaking the mirror. You can only change a reflection by changing the man who stands before it. This is not a burden. This is the ultimate form of power. It is a liberation that comes from radical self-responsibility. The quality of your relationship will never exceed the quality of your own character. The respect, the peace, and the desire you seek from her must first be cultivated within yourself. Stop focusing on fixing her or on fixing the relationship. That is the work of a powerless man. Instead, turn your gaze inward. Begin the great, noble, and sometimes difficult work of forging yourself. Build a foundation of integrity. Commit to a life of unwavering purpose. Cultivate a rich inner world that needs no external validation. Become the man you want to see reflected back at you. When you do that, you will find that the mirror has a funny way of taking care of itself.